Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, "Hey, you want some shoes?" I said, "Yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well." And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. Well, I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas, the South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your tickets now.
Thursday afternoon here on the West Coast and on the East Coast and everywhere all around the world, man. You've got it on Pit Road Racing. Season number 15, show number 25 starts right now.
Race friends, they're back together again. Live from Daytona Beach, Florida, it's Scratch with a K. And live from Las Vegas, it's Alan Michaels. Right here, right now, on the flagship station, the WCOBM TV network. It's on Pit Road Racing.
In a rocking and rolling Thursday afternoon to you here in Las Vegas, man. 112 degrees today. Scratch with a K in Daytona Beach, buddy. It's not only turkey in the oven. They turned the blow dryer on a little bit today, too, buddy. She is cooking out here, buddy.
That's ridiculous. It's 90 here, and that's hot, but golly. I miss Vegas heat, though.
I'll tell you what. I'm heading on
no
vacation.
one ever but me.
I'll tell you what. I'm heading on vacation this week. I'll tell you what. You want to come out and stay out here? You can come out, and I'll come down to your joint, and I'll stay at your place, and you come out here and stay at mine, all right?
Well, listen, I stay in the AC anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't leave the AC too often.
Scratch with a K down at our Nutshot Studios in Daytona Beach, Florida. We've got it for you, season number 25 or season 15, show number 25. Hey, big news, man! You see, big IndyCar championships all won. Carson, host of our man, he's out of it. And what about? Listen, did you see that fall? The Xfinity race, buddy.
I did.
I mean, that kid is something else, man.
You know, it's I feel bad for him. People laugh at silly stuff like that too, but he's okay. You know what I mean? It's not like but still. Golly. Come on, man.
How about your buddy SVG, buddy? Boy, did he pull it off again this weekend, huh?
Hey, nobody's even close to him either. As I mentioned before we went on air, if he gets a hold of these oval tracks, man, even just being consistent at these oval tracks, nobody is going to touch SVG. If he could just get consistent at it, because they are not even close. I said not even close to being able to touch him on a road course, man. He's dominating that. So if he can get those ovals under control and just be consistent, much like your boy there, Earnhardt, right? What's with that's an old shirt, man. I like that shirt. I have to wear my Earnhart shirt sometime. What, you got yours on today, though, huh?
Yeah, man. I got some cool news at the end of it. I was in the year of this. In this era, man. And actually, it's really, I don't think it's actually an official. It's a knockoff. But the cool thing about it, Diane found this for me. And I got one with Dale Jr. too. It's all stitched. Everything's stitched into it. It's not like a press on or an iron on or anything like that. So, yeah, we got some news. I'm sticking up for the Earnhardt family today. I am. Big win for him down there. We'll talk about it in chat talks. Anything else going on? How you doing? Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm great, man. There's that night of carnage that I was going to race. It got rained out last week. They went to put it this week, and then I just saw before I went online that they canceled it for this week due to unforeseen circumstances. I'd imagine people were like, if there's no enduro race, where are you going to get the cars from? I don't know. I don't know what happened, but they ended up canceling it. And I was looking around on online a little bit, and I saw. You remember when I told you about the Hell on Wheels? I didn't really like the way they ran stuff or whatever. Well, they have. Well, I might change my mind. They had a because I want to race. Damn it! They are having a race September 6th at North Florida Speedway. It's a dirt track, so they're going to have the enduros, they're going to have autocross, they're going to have flagpole races, and that's about 2 hours and 38 minutes from me. So that's seems long, but I mean that's about, when I go to Citrus County, that's where, when I go to Bradenton, those are, that far away. Ocala is about 2 hours away. Speed World's like the closest place, Orlando Speed World. So
right.
I'm tossing around possibly doing that on September 6th, because that would be the next time I could race, and I've been wanting to race, but it looks like that Night of Carnage got canceled last week due to weather, and then this week, I don't know why, but they just canceled it. They pushed it a week, and then they just totally canceled it. So you know what? My decision to not go turned out to be a good one, apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it works out that way. So
I'm ready to race so bad I might try Hell on Wheels again.
Ready to race the junk. Just be honest with everybody. I'm ready to.
I just want to race the junk. That's all.
Okay. On Pit Road Racing each and every Thursday for you right here. Starting it off at our main studios in Las Vegas, Nevada. 450 Fremont Street, just on the other side of the Gene Woods Racing Experience and the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. Kick this show off each and every Thursday at 3 p.m. We've got it streaming from the main network, WCOBM.TV. All of the Facebook channels, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitters, X, whatever they call them all now. We've got it going to everywhere. Show partners want to thank the Gene Woods Racing Experience, Woods Family Sandwiches, the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. Get your shoe ready, Scratch.
Got it. Bam.
There you go. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Atlanta Motor Sports Park, Red One Scooters, Hammer and Harry's, and our good friends over at the Downtown Grand Hotel and Casino. Want to be a partner of it? Show the shoe. Scratch has got his. It's your chance. We're heading down the end of the season, but we still got some room. We'll fit you in here. If you send some money to buy shoes, we'll get you on the air. The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame is a 501c3. It's a nonprofit. These are called heart shoes. I got one. Scratch has got one right there. We get them to needy men, women, and children. It's necessary for good health and positive development. We've got stops all over Las Vegas, California. They've been everywhere. Scratch down in Arizona, handing out shoes at churches, missions. They've been in the tunnels here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Show does not take sponsorships. We take partners and how to do it. $500 partnership. Get you 130-second television spots on this network. $1,000 partnership gets you 230-second spots. We'll mention you all over the social media. It's totally tax deductible, folks. We'll give you the information, everything that you need to have. 100% tax deductible. I don't make a penny off of it. Scratch doesn't make a penny. The network doesn't make a penny. 100% of the money that you send in goes to buy these shoes right here.
Don't put shoes on feet.
We like it. We do.
Yep.
Race and weather brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches, 931 American Pacific Suite 106, right there on the Las Vegas Henderson line. More information, contact Daylin Woods and her good group over there. World Wide Web, WFSandwiches.com. Great chicken salad, good roast beef wraps, man. They use all the best products. I love it. Monster Energy Series for us. Scratch, great weekend for motocross. Sunny skies in Berlin, New York, with the temperatures in the low 80s. Nighttime low for the campers in the 60s. NASCAR's racing short track back at Richmond International. There's going to be some paybacks this weekend, Scratch. I feel it coming. I think I remember the Earnhardt, Labonte. I remember Jeff Gordon and Rusty. You get to Richmond, it could be payback time.
If I was Carson Hocevar, I'd keep the gas pedal down.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
There'll be more than one person chasing him around. I mean, I like him. I'm just saying, there's going to be more than one person chasing him around. I would definitely keep that gas pedal going and look in the mirror occasionally.
Yeah, I definitely would. Stay out front and stay the hell away from everybody that you have pissed off.
Everybody. Stay away from everybody, Carson.
Stay away from everybody. You know what? What'll happen? He's going to have a good one. I like him too.
I love that he not only does he do that, it upsets some of the people it upsets. I like that it upsets those particular people, for one, right? And he's unapologetic.
You know, he got no friends. Have you seen them?
He don't care either. That's what he don't care.
Yeah, have you
Just
seen
like that shirt you're wearing? That dude was unapologetic. Unapologetic. He had friends, but he didn't care. He'd wreck them. He didn't care.
I liked it. I watched Dale Jr.'s interview with him, man, and he goes, do you associate with anybody in the garage? No. Are you friends with any of the drivers? No. No. Don't care to be.
Some people are there to make friends. Some people are there to win races. You know what I mean? He's there to win races.
Friends of friends and business is business, man.
That's right, baby. That's it. That's how it works. It's not friend. I'll think of it in a minute. Go ahead. You go ahead. We're getting off the subject anyway.
Anyhow, Friday night. It's a Friday Saturday combination this weekend, folks. If you didn't know that, I love Saturday night racing at Richmond. Friday, 50% chance of a shower. 20% on Saturday. Temperature's going to be in the mid 80s, dropping off in the low 60s for that. The NHRA is back in action this week. They're at Brainerd International Raceway this weekend. Rain is in the forecast all weekend long, scratching everybody. 50-50 all weekend long. Going to be cool, though. Mid-70s, dropping off into low 50s nighttime. F1's off until the 29th, 30th, and the 31st, and Indy's got a break until the 24th. World of Outlaws is running tonight. Actually, Friday night, 20% chance of rain. They're going to be in Minnesota in Ogilville, Minnesota.
Easy for you
okay.
to say.
Say you got it. Jackson, Mississippi on Saturday night. But a little bit better temperatures, mostly sunny skies with a high about 85. So Friday night could get a wash, but they're looking good for Saturday. High limits, or could be. You're going to be in Tulane, California Friday night. Hot one in Cali, 98 degrees. Daytime going to be a smoker there. That dirt will be drying out quick. They better have the water trucks ready to go. Nighttime low about 65. Saturday, the series heads to Pacerville, California. Not as hot, but going to be 83 with a nighttime low of 65. Scratch racing weather brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches. 931 American Pacific Suite 106, Las Vegas, Henderson. Give them a call. Reach out to them. World Wide Web, wfsandwiches.com. Great chicken salad. Everything is great there. I just love the chicken salad, and I love her roast beef wraps.
That's my favorite sandwich, chicken salad.
They're like a darn burrito. They're so huge. Are you ready to take them around the track?
Of course I am. Buckle up.
Round the Track is brought to you by our partners at the Downtown Grand Casino. They're located at 206 North 3rd Street here in Las Vegas, in the heart of downtown. You need to make a reservation. Great time to get over there. Got a roof deck pool. 855-384-7263. Once again, 855-384-7263. Or you can go online at thedowntownground.com. It's a great summertime getaway place to go. Scratch, tell us all about where they're heading at around the track this week, buddy.
Yeah, man, buckle up. I'm ready to take you guys around the track. We're going to start right here in New Smyrna Speedway. Last week they canceled Saturday's racing on Friday due to the weather forecast. To my knowledge, it didn't rain on Saturday, but I don't know. It didn't seem like it did. Maybe it did out in New Smyrna Speedway. But this Saturday, they have the Super Late Model Sunbelt Series Twin 50s. They're going to have the David Rogers Super Late Models, the Sportsman, the Bomber B, the 602 Tour Modifieds. Racing starts at 6. Features all start at 7:30 during the intermission. They always have an autograph session. If you want more info on that, go to newsmyrnaspeedway.org. The Monster Energy Supercross Series, August 16th, round 27. It heads to Berlin, New York, not Germany, just for those of you guys that didn't know. The Progressive Flat Track Series is back short track racing in Bartonville, Illinois at the Peoria Motorcycle Club, August 16th. Speedway Motorcycle Racing East Coast Champion Speedway, August 16th. Action Park, the U.S. Nationals, August 30th. West Coast Speedway Motorcycle Racing, September 13th at Costa Mesa. Formula One takes a couple of weeks off, but they will return on August 29th, 30th, and 31st for the GP Netherlands. IndyCar, August 24th. IndyCar returns to the historic Milwaukee Mile in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. NHRA, August 14th through 17th. Lucas Oil, NHRA Nationals, Brainerd International Raceway. High Limit Series, August 15th, Thunderbowl Raceway. August 16th, Placerville Raceway. NOS Energy Series, August 15th, Ogilvie Raceway. Wasn't that the same one you messed up? I think it was.
The same one I messed up too.
It wasn't easy for me either, sir. It wasn't easy for me either. August 16th, that's Jackson Motorplex. NASCAR ARCA Series, August 17th, Illinois State Fairgrounds. That'd be fun. ARCA East, September 11th at Bristol. ARCA West, September 13th, All-America Speedway. The Craftsman Truck Series, they'll be Friday, 7:30 at Richmond Raceway. The Xfinity Series, they are off this weekend. NASCAR Cup Series. They will also be at Richmond this Saturday night, August 16th at 7:30. Alan, that's a look around the track right there. And like you said, expect a little payback. I don't know who's going to get paid back, but somebody's going to.
Somebody's going to get paid back. I'm telling you. Racing around the track and around the track brought to you by our friends and partners at the Downtown Grand Hotel and Casino. Everybody, 206 North 3rd Street. Right in the heart downtown Las Vegas. You got it, man. They're out the back door, right out the corner, buddy. I can see them from here. 855-384-7263 or log online. World Wide Web, Downtown Grand. Make your stay, summertime stay right now. We'll be back with more. We're going to take it next. Oh, I guess real quickly before we go there, racing here in Las Vegas. Got a couple of emails and said, can you recap this? I certainly will. September 19th, the racing is off here in Vegas. It's just too darn hot. Okay, so they're done. The bull ring's done. Everything is done for until September 19th and 20th. The Supercross World Series Finals comes to the Strip at lvms.com. September 20th, the bull ring is back in action on Saturday night. October 10th, Scratch, the Tour Cars and the Legends are at the bull ring. October 11th, it's going to be NASCAR weekend here, starting it off with the Xfinity. And then on the 12th, it's the Roundup 8 NASCAR. It's a South Point 400. October 18th, they're racing back at the bull ring. It's going to be the championship night, so they'll decide all the champions through all the classes on the 18th. October 30th through November 2nd, it's NHRA. The Strip is here. No 4 wide. Back down to 2 wide racing for that event. November 6th, 7th, and 8th, it's the Open Wheel Showdown. Modified racing on the dirt track. And November 20th, 21st, and 22nd, Scratch, Formula One, the Heineken Grand Prix returns back here to Las Vegas for you, buddy. Here you go. All right?
I really feel like that's fun. I know you guys hate it out there, but I still feel like that's a fun event to watch.
It is. I mean, I
watched a little bit of it on TV. It is neat. It is neat to see,
Yeah.
But, I mean, I get it if you live there, pain in the ass, because it takes up so much time for one race. And I get it. I understand that.
It's like it's like a 3 or 4 week shutdown. The thing about it that really, I guess, it gets to me is it affects the local, and you know how it is on the Strip, because you got all the little side streets, and there's all the little mom and pop joints that are all still there. Your little convenience stores, bodegas, things like that, T-shirts and stuff, and they all get screwed on this deal. So
I was going to mention, I mean, and this is a small scale, but I remember how much of a pain in the ass it was, when they'd have the Rock and Roll the Rock and Roll Marathon. So the whole strip would be shut down. Now, if you're on one side of the strip and you need to get to the other side of the strip, all of a sudden it's a big to-do, Yep. So I can imagine, I mean, that's small scale, and I know that was a pain, but compared to, shutting down the city, building an F1, you know what I mean, racing F1, then tearing down the F1, and that seems like a lot of inconvenience for the area.
I just wish they would.
It's cool to see though.
Yeah, I wish they'd just get smart and just go out on the north end by the track and build a permanent facility out there, and then it would be great. Then it would be really cool. Then it wouldn't be racing on the Strip, which is
it's cool to be out at Las Vegas Motor Speedway sitting in the grandstands and see the Strip way off into the distance.
Right.
But that's not what F1's trying to accomplish. F1's not doing it. F1 wants you on the Strip. Meow.
Well, this is going to be a make or break year for it here. This could be an opt out for F1 if they wish to. So ticket sales has got to do well this year. They got to lower their prices a little bit. In fact, there's actually, I got an email from F1 the other day ago that it actually not too bad. Tickets this year are not too bad this year. So it's just, it is what it is. So I get their whole theory. It's cool to go down the Strip and see the signs of the Bellagio in New York.
It really is. I mean, it really is. But yeah, the inconvenience to you all as residents, I get it.
I guess you sort of have to look at it like how Bike Week is in Daytona, man. I mean, you got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of motorcycles, not including the cars and the people walking around.
Yeah, you know what? And I love it. But guess what? They get in the way. You know what I mean? Or they're loud and rude, or I mean, like motorcycle, like they don't, they're on vacation. They don't respect everything. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm just saying that it does, it creates issues, but it's so awesome, so you kind of, And plus, that's something I'm used to. You know, Vegas, you guys just got hit with this F1 thing not that long ago. And you're like, what's going on?
Well, they turn or shut up for.
Yeah.
I guess I've been reading some comments and things out of Sturgis because it's a big bike. It's wrapping up the bike rally down in Sturgis, South Dakota this weekend.
Yeah.
Saw a good piece from Rusty Wallace. You know, him and his son got that new Southern Customs classic motorcycles. So they got a big display up there. But seems to be working on it. Yeah, whatever. All right, back to where I was at. And we were at part of the program brought to you by our good friends at the Downtown Grand Hotel and Casino. Stop by, check them out, go for a swim, rent a Campino, get a suite, eat some food, have a great time. We'll be back right after this, everybody.
At Hammered Harry's, we're not like other restaurants.
The hell do you want?
We're service with an attitude.
There's your food. Don't ask me for anything else.
Dishing out great food, strong drinks, weekly events, and a hefty serving of sass. Only at Hammered Harry's.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas, the South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your tickets now.
Get them now, buddy. Lock and loaded. Coming up to 2 events before they decide the 16 will play it off in NASCAR. Alan Michaels here in Las Vegas at the WCOBM Studios. Scratch with a K. My partner down at the Nutshack Studios, part of Daytona Beach, Florida, everybody. Good to have you guys all along, man, this weekend. We're back to circle track racing, man, pretty much all the way around. Looking good. I'm loving Richmond this weekend. I've been to Richmond a couple times. Good track up there, man. I like it.
It's good racing, that's for sure.
Let's talk a little bit of motorcycle racing news. How about it, Scratch?
Yeah, man, this segment brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycles racers and the motorcycle industry icons, past and present. For more information, you can log on to hotshoehof.com.
You know, the series is heading down to its 5 final races leading up to the championship. Scratch here, like I said before, September 20th at the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. All the riders back in action this past weekend at Crawfordsville, Indiana for round number 26. Wrap up of the racing for you, 450cc class. It was Hunter Lawrence on his Honda, man, picking up the top spot up on the podium there. R.J. Hampshire on his Husky finished up in second. Eli Tomac on the Yamaha wrap up the top 3. 250cc class for you, Hayden Deegan on the Yamaha. Then it was Tom Vallely on the KTM. Yeah, rocking it up for you there. Monster Energy points coming up for you right now. Cooper Webb up on top. Chase Sexton, Justin Cooper up in the 450cc's. Hayden Deegan, Julian Brenner, and Cole Davis in the 250 class. Scratch, you got to look at Progressive Flat Track. Man, they were rocking at Sturgis this past weekend, man. One night but a rain up, but boy, did they have some good racing. Check them out.
The Progressive America Flat Track Series was back in action all last week with 3 nights of racing action as the series returned to the Black Hills of Sturgis at the Jack Pine Gypsies Motorcycle Club. And here are your final results and points. I put those 2 words together. Updates. Night 1 was rained out. Night 2, Brandon Robinson, he was your winner with David Fisher in second. Brian Bauman was third. Night 3 winner, Dallas Daniels. Brian Bauman finished second, and third was Henry Wiles. After 12 events, here's a look at the points heading into the final round of the Super Twins point standings. Super Twins, Brian Bauman on top. Dallas Daniels is second. Brandon Robinson is third. AFT singles results. Winner Tom Drain, Chase Setoff, Cage Tadman was third. Then the singles point standing, Tom Drain is first. Chase Setoff is second. Trevor Bruner is third. Alan.
You got a Speedway Championship final round coming up for you September 9th at Fast Fridays, and the AMA Under 21 Championships coming up October 11th in Bakersfield for you, Scratch.
That's right. This segment was brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycle racers and motorcycle industry icons, past and present. For more information, go to hotshoehof.com.
There you go, man. Got some more money in for the shoes. I'm liking that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, man.
They had a big to do. They had a big to do that last what was it, 2 weekends ago. They were out in California. Gene took the van and the trailer, and they all loaded up and headed on out there and did their thing. You know. How about a little NHRA action for us?
Yeah, it's time for a look at the NHRA, and this segment's brought to you by Hammered Harry's Good Food, Fun Times, Service with an Attitude, and home of the $5 Margarita, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas, and Thursday night, tonight, comedy night there, too, so that's cool.
Yeah, man, come on down and jam out with them. Your buddy played there, right?
Yeah, a couple of my friends, a few of my friends have been there already.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, a few of my friends have been doing shows there already.
2 races left before the Mission Foods NHRA final countdown for the 2025 championship. Like you said, around the track there at the Lucas Oil Nationals from Brainerd International Raceway. Then it's off to Indy. That's the big one. Like Daytona we got for NASCAR, this is the big one coming up in 2 weeks. This is going to settle it down to find out everybody's going to make what they call their championship run for the 7 final races. It's hammered down. Scratch, you got to look at the points. They've been off a couple of weeks, but you got the point stand is taken there.
Yeah, the NHRA points heading into Brainerd International Raceway. You got Sean Langdon in the top fuel. Tony Stewart sits just 48 points back. Kind of rooting on Smoke. I think it myself. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. We'll see though. Second ain't bad either. For you know what I mean. Well, second's the first loser, most people would say, but not me. Not me. Second's good. Austin Prock in the funny car. He is first. Matt Hagan is 201 back. Pro Stock, you got Dallas Green with Greg Anderson, 37 back right there. Pro Stock Motorcycles. Gage Herrera is on top with Richard Gadsden, 70 back right there. So there's your points.
Be some cool stuff happening up at the Nationals this year. American Rebel Light Night is on Friday night. Big qualifying session out there for you, Scratch. Going to be pretty cool too, man. They're going to have an electric guitar built into a box, the 12-pack of American Rebel Light.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be, they're doing this big, what it is a big qualifying session, okay? So they're going to run the funny cars and the top fuels and the Pro Stocks. Bonus cash. But whoever gets it out, American beer, American Rebel Light beer, has got a souvenir trophy that's going to be done into an electric guitar. That's all going to be like a trophy. It's going to sort of light up, not like the one that, remember Kyle Busch? Remember when he smashed that guitar?
I do remember that. I do remember that.
Right? Remember that? Well, you're not going to be able to smash this thing because it's going to be encased, but it's going to be pretty cool. There's going to be a $4,000 payout, extra money, number 1 qualifier for Top Fuel and Funny Car, $2,000 extra payout for Pro Stocks, and they're going to throw that. Here's another quick note. I don't know if you saw this or not. Last week, you know where Tony Stewart was at? He was in Texas. You know what he was doing?
No, what was he doing?
He was doing some test runs in a Pro Stock for Elite Motorsports.
Oh.
Well, you know, I think after this, he's got his youngin' now. His little boy's not quite a year old or getting ready to be. But I figure one more, and Leah's going to be ready to get back in that Top Fuel dragster. Tony's mastered the alcohol, and you know how he likes to try something new.
I know some people that haven't mastered the alcohol.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I couldn't help it. You fed it right to me.
I know. Anyhow, you wouldn't be surprised. And he's teamed up with Elite Motorsports. We're talking Erica Enders, Jeg Coughlin, Stansfield, those guys. Elite's running 6 pro stock cars. Tony got the money. Hey, let's add 7.
Well, there you go. And why wouldn't you want Tony Stewart in something that goes fast?
Yeah. Right now, at this particular minute, why would you not want Tony Stewart in something fast, and why would you not want Kyle Larson in something? No, Kyle's not had a good couple of weeks.
No. Last week.
Last week.
Last week was you couldn't get any worse.
No.
like Kyle Larson was the worst last week.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen very often.
No. I mean, unless you count Connor Zilic having to pull his car before it started.
I'll tell you if Tony Stewart had his way right now, you know where Tony Stewart would go? If he had his way, if he could do anything he wanted to do right now, he'd go back to sprints. Another good interview online. I was trying to think of the reporter that had him. But Tony Stewart was flat out honest. He said, man, I'd love to get back into a sprint car. He goes, man, I'm so out of shape. He goes, it'd take me 6 months into a gym, 4 days a week with a hardcore trainer to get me back.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be in too good a shape to go straight.
No. All righty.
No, that wasn't a dig on drag racing fans. Sorry about that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, he legitimately doesn't have to be in too good a shape to go straight. That's all. His mind.
No, he said that. He said that. He said, all you're doing is once you stage the car, you're holding the brake and just popping the throttle. Once the light goes, you drop the brake and everybody's wide open. 3 seconds, 4 seconds down the track, it's over with. You keep going like Brett, like Force's kids are doing. They can end up doing 2 seconds.
John Force was able to do it till he was 130. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what kind of shape you got to be in? I mean, seriously, it seems like it's more mind, more your reflexes and so that to me that's what it. I mean, and I don't know. But, it does. It seems like to me the drag racing is more of a reflex of racing than anything, which is amazing because I'm terrible. I have terrible reflexes. But
I interviewed Tony Stewart and Matt Hagan last year when they were out here because I always thought that because they practice, they go to tracks and practice. Well, I always thought they were like NASCAR or IndyCar. They had simulators that they could practice on, set the tracks up just like, pretty close. Tony says, no simulators, man.
I mean, you got to have no fear to go over 300 miles an hour. I don't want to go over 300 miles an hour, even if I start out slow. I mean, I'm just saying, like I think that would scare the hell out of me. You know what I mean? And I love racing and some of the adrenaline and stuff like that. But there's certain things that, like heights. Like somehow or another, I got scared of heights, and I used to climb trees when I was a kid all the way to the top. So yeah. I think going 300 might be a little too fast for me. I think that would freak me out, especially with all the Red Bull I drank. I love me some Red Bull.
I'm going to tell you this. They'll be out here coming up in October. And I will be out there for the NHRAs. And I will get with Brittany Force. I'm going to ask her, what is you talk 300. She's down there top 350 mile an hour, man. We're talking, she's over.
Yeah.
I mean,
no
she
fear, man. No reaction and no fear. You know what I mean? It's,
I guess.
Shape, it doesn't have anything to do with it.
I want to tell you something right now, buddy. She's one badass woman behind that car.
For sure. No doubt about that.
And they're getting even better. Leah, before Leah and Tony got married and Leah having Dominic, I mean, Leah was a badass. Still is.
Man, we had Ida Zetterstorm on, and she was impressive, and she went 3 something or whatever. It's like, it's crazy. It's amazing. I admire her.
Unbelievable. She's going to do well. Going to do well. Ron Capps has got that another new girl coming up through the ranks. Going to be driving the top fuel for her next year. I'm telling you, look out. The NHRA's got no problem having women in it. And the women are kicking butt.
No.
I mean, Alexis DeJoria is still running a funny car, still performing pretty well. Erica Enders is just having a terrible year in pro stock. I've never seen this out of her. Don't know what it is. Don't know if it's new cars, new motors. I just don't know. She's a 6-time champion. She rules Las Vegas, Scratch. She rules this track out here. But it ain't this year. I'll go ahead since we got offline. Segment brought to you by our good friends at Hammer and Harry's. Good food, fun time, service with an attitude. Home of the $5 margaritas.
Margarita!
All righty.
Comedy night tonight. Go see it.
Throw that out of there.
We always get off the subject. This might be a 6-hour show today.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Going on vacation.
Right. I mean, that's a wrap.
I'm going to tell you something. As soon as we get done out of here, my butt's in the car, and I'm on my way to the mountains. Man, what mountains I'm going to, I'm not telling you, but I'm heading to the mountains.
If I was on vacation this week, we wouldn't even be doing this right now. If I was you.
We'll do the thing.
I'd be doing it on my way to the mountains.
Okay, we'll talk some dirt racing, and then we still got a little news from IndyCar and the NASCAR. Scratch has got a full. He's going to run you down to everything on NASCAR this weekend. I'll bow out because I know he's got SVG. I agree with you, Scratch. Is it if SVG figures out a couple of these circle tracks, all holy hell's going to break loose.
I mean, for real. Listen. I'm going to say it again. I want to make sure we understand what I'm saying here. All right. What I'm saying here is if SVG can get to where he is competitive on these circle tracks and be consistent, God forbid if he learns how to win on a couple of them. All right. If he learns how to win one or two of these things in circles, that's a whole nother level. But if he can get where he is consistently racing, or at least competitive, or a top 10, top 12, kind of regularly on these circle tracks, NASCAR's in trouble. He'd be the greatest driver in NASCAR history because they can't touch him on the road course. They can't touch him on the road course, man. They can't touch him on the road course.
I know. He won
by 11 seconds.
Yeah, he won by, I thought it was about 15, but you're okay.
It was 11. It was almost 12. It was 11 seconds, man. 11 seconds. They can't do. They're so far off of SVG on the road course that, I'm laughing right now, honestly, at Richard Petty talking about road courses. Or, he's got 5 road course victories. Take those away. What is he going to do? Come back and try to get 200? You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah.
But I'm laughing at that just because he won a road course. Man, he just dominated 4 road courses in a row. You let that dude get good on a circle track, man, and nobody be able to touch him because they still gotta catch him on the road courses.
Yeah.
If he can catch them on the circle track, you know what I mean? If he can catch them on the circle track and just be consistent, the SVG, he's here. He's here, man. I'm just letting you know. SVG is here. Pay attention. I'm a fan of Trackhouse Racing as it is anyway. So, and SVG, I think I've said this on the show. A dude that came in, Project 91, a car, one race, racing Chicago street course. Nobody's ever been there before. And he dominated that race at 1 in his first NASCAR race. That draws your attention. So right away, I'm like, man, this dude right here, man, this guy. And now look at him. He went from Richard Petty banging on him for being in the playoffs because he won a race to just kicking everybody's ass on the road course. Let him get good at circle tracks. You'll see. Everybody will see. That is, if he does. If he doesn't, well, then he doesn't, But if he does, you guys will remember I said this. If he gets consistent on these circle tracks, look out, dude. Look out. I mean, he's in second in the playoff points right now and can't drive in circles.
I got you. Take us to break.
All right, that's Alan Michaels right there. He's in the WCOBM studios in beautiful downtown Las Vegas. I am Scratch with a K. I'm at the Nut Shack Entertainment Studios down here in Daytona Beach, Florida, and we will be back with more on Pit Road Racing.
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas, the South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your tickets now.
Get it locked and loaded, man. I think we're going to have a good one. It's going to be good weather. Round to 8. Who knows what's going to happen?
That Downtown Grand commercial makes me want to come out there right now.
You know, I didn't notice it. I saw the filet in that commercial, right?
That was what I was going to bring up next.
But no, did you see right after that the tomahawk ribeye that they had? I mean, that sucker was, oh my God, Scratch.
I'm telling you, man, I need to come stay at the Downtown Grand. I need to beat you at Gene Woods again, and then I need to go down and have me a $5 margarita
and do a set over at Hammer and Harry's.
Yeah, there's like a whole thing I need to do right there in that one block that you guys.
You can do it. Well, you already know that you got till Friday. You got till Friday. When I open up my email or my texts on Monday when I get back for vacation, I'm either going to see I'm booked for Bike Week or I'm not booked for Bike Week. Because if I don't see one of them, I'm going to book you a flight.
I'm gonna have the answer for you by the time you open your email on Monday.
All right. Because I'm not going to book you a flight. You come out, you do NASCAR. We'll go up to the Downtown Grand. Still pretty nice. We could catch a little rooftop swimming. You want to stay there? We'll get a room there.
And that's October. I probably have plenty of time to book me a couple comedy shows while I'm out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe hit the LA Comedy Club over at the Strat.
Yeah, my good friends over there, man. It's that's always a great time over there.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. All right, hey, let's get some where are we at? We're going to talk some dirt.
I don't know. You tell me where we're at. No, I know where we're at.
Let's raise the news from the dirt segment brought to you by the Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas, everybody. The only drift track in the state of Las Vegas and the state of Nevada. Las Vegas Go-Karts, LasVegas.com, the official site, 702-270-8100. And we're opened up for corporate and private events, too. I've done a lot of them here. I had was it last fall? Last fall, I had the BG funny car race.
The bubble guts.
I got it there. All right, Scratch, you got the greatest show on the dirt. Tell them all about it, buddy.
I do. The greatest show on dirt went home this past week with a 4-night action-packed racing at Knoxville Raceway. Here's a look at all the results and driver points updates. Night 1, Ryan Timms, Justin Peck, Sheldon Hoddenchild. That's your top 3 right there. Night 2, Kyle Larson got in there, young money. Logan Shushark was second. Spencer Baston was third. And on night 3, David Gravel, Michael Kofoid, goodness. Cole Macedo, he was third. And on night 4, Ryan Timms, Rico Abreu, and David Gravel. That's how your top 3 was right there. Your point standings, David Gravel, Michael Kofoid, Carson Macedo, top 3. Alan?
And right there, the World of Outlaws American Beer Series is racing back on action tonight at Highland Speedway, tomorrow night at Spoon River Speedway. Doubleheader weekend coming up for you at Makatula Speedway. The World of Outlaws real point standings as they head into this weekend is going to be Bobby Pierce up on top, Nick Hoffman up in second, Ryan Gusson in third, Tim McGreedy up in fourth, and Drake Trotman rounds out your top 5, Scratch.
Yeah, your racing news from the Dirt segment brought to you by Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street, Las Vegas' only true indoor drift track. Go-Karts, LasVegas.com. Spell karts with a K. You can call them up, 702-270-8100. So far, the only track I have a victory on, and it's against.
That's okay. That's all right. All righty. I'll bring me a ringer in if I have to.
Man, you come down here and jump in some of this junk and race with me. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, I'd like to try that. You know,
you would love it. You would love it.
I was talking to Gene about it the other day. I go, I don't know if I do well on the asphalt type of thing, but the dirt, I think I could hang myself on the dirt. I think I can hang tight on the dirt, man.
Well, we do those too. So, in fact, like I said, I just mentioned that North Florida thing that I might do that for Hell on Wheels. That's a dirt track. So, yeah, that's different for me. You know, I'm not great at dirt, but that seems like a lot of fun.
I like to sling them and fling them. Tell us about it, man. But to take us right into high limits racing, man.
Okay, I will. Let me just move the one that I was just doing out of the way. There we go. Hey, this report is brought to you by Red One Scooters. You need some mobility help? Contact our good friends at Red One Scooters, 702-713-0587 to make your reservation. You need to get around? Call Red One.
You know what? I got to do that and get Diane's scooter lined up for NASCAR weekend. The series has had a couple of weeks off, returning racing action the 15th. Thunderbolt Raceway, 16th at Placerville Speedway. Brad Sweet still leads the points over Tyler Courtney and Aaron Russell. Scratch, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, man, Red One Scooters. You need some mobility help? Contact our good friends at Red One Scooters, 702-713-0587 to make your reservations. You need to get around, call Red One. And you can get me one, too, for Speed Weeks if I come down, because I'm just lazy.
Sure, we can get you, get him. We got him, buddy.
Then I'll race. Race Diane. Me and Diane. You and me at a go-kart race there at Gene Woods. Me and Diane could have a scooter race.
I'm open by that time. Then I'm getting ready to have this and my nerve burned in the back coming up on the 21st of this month. So I hope that's going to be that. I've never had to use a scooter to get around this racetrack out here, but we're still hanging in there. All right. How about some IndyCar and F1 news, and then we'll get into NASCAR.
All righty.
All righty.
This segment is brought to you by our partners at Atlanta Motor Speedway Park. For more information, you can phone them up at 678-381-8527. You can check them out on the World Wide Web at AtlantaMotorsportsPark.com. Atlanta Motorsports Park is the country club of motorsports.
You know what? You and I both caught this. You know, I think we finished NASCAR, and I flipped it over and caught the last 40 laps or so of the IndyCar race. Final stop on the west coast of Portland, a really good racetrack at Portland International Raceway. Diane's actually been there. She's actually been to that racetrack.
Nice.
And 40 laps to go, man. The pit crews were all up on it. Final stops came in. Will Power, Christian Lundgaard, Alex Palou, and Graham Ray. Good to see Graham Rahal up front this week, man.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I was a big Bobby Rahal fan, and good to see his son out there. Last 15 laps, Palou makes the big move into third. The three-time IndyCar champ would win it. He's going to win it. That's right. He wins a 4th championship. But it was Penske and Will Power, buddy. Will Power hadn't won in almost a year. Penske's had a sour season. I mean, not including the debacle at Indianapolis. But they have just had a terrible year all the way around. I'm surprised he walked in there and fired the whole crew.
Well,
but anyhow,
they did fire some people. Maybe that made the difference. Or maybe when you're not cheating, it's not that easy to win.
Maybe. Chip Ganassi gets his 17th IndyCar title. He's tying Penske now. I didn't think that was I didn't know. For the most team championships. Will Power could be out of Penske. Contract negotiations have stalled. He's up. I'm going to tell you, if he leaves, he's still got some good years. Will Power definitely showed it on the track.
He's definitely got a win in him because he showed that already.
Final standings. It doesn't make a difference the last couple races of the year. It's all done and over with. Alex Palou's he just outdone it. The only thing that could happen that if Palou can win the last two events here, he could tie Andretti for the most in the season.
Okay, I got a question.
All right.
What do you think about that? Now, because this is what NASCAR had problems with, and is why they changed to all this other crap they're doing. Alex Palou, 2 races left. He's the champion already. Does that affect the last 2 races? Not race-wise, but interest. Our interest as fans. Does that change how you feel? Because what are they racing for? The victory? You know what I mean? Right. You're watching races because you love racing, but the championship's over.
Yep, the championship's done, and their schedule has shrink down.
This is why NASCAR, has switched to all this craziness that they do, because now you got 2 NTT IndyCar Series races that for a championship don't matter.
Yeah. You got constructor, you got manufacturer and constructor still. So
yeah, I'm just saying, like, from a fan, I'm talking about more from a fan's aspect. I mean, does that is the rest of the season for IndyCar ruined? Or are we just good? We okay, you won the championship. I'm still gonna watch next week because of a million other reasons. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that I don't think this really affects how you feel as a fan. If you want to watch, you know what I mean? If you're not going to, just because Alex Palou won and there's 2 races left, I don't think for me, it doesn't. I just was wondering what you thought.
I guess for the true IndyCar fan who watches the sport for what IndyCar racing is, I don't think so. But for the persons that were sort of tuning into it, yeah, the season's done. So why I have a tendency to agree. Why do I watch now? What excitement is there going to be for me to watch the last couple events? I sort of get what you're saying there. I mean,
it seems like that was the problem with NASCAR. I mean, not the problem, but the problem that they had with NASCAR is that somebody, I think it was Kenseth that last time or whatever, won with I don't know how many races left or whatever, but they wrapped up the championship, and then the ratings died the last 4 or 5 races or a couple races because of that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is going to be interesting to see here, especially with Fox, buying into IndyCar. So, maybe it's something we monitor and just see kind of how it plays out the last 2 races, being that they've already crowned a champion. It's just by curiosity, because like I said, I feel like that's how we got into these NASCAR playoffs. I feel like that's how we got here.
You're right.
In the NASCAR playoffs and things like that, and playoff points and all this other crap that they do. I feel like this right here, this IndyCar situation right here, is how we got there in NASCAR.
We don't have the finishes that we used to have in the late 80s and 90s in NASCAR, to where it came down to the final race back then was in Atlanta. Started back in 89. Rusty Wallace winning the championship by 12? The following year it was Kawicki, right? Winning over Bill Elliott by a dozen points? Not even that.
Yeah.
I think down to the last races of the year, there's no point of I'm going to watch, because now it's this has got to happen. There's 12 points. There's 10 points between first, second, and third. And something's got to happen. We've got to watch the last race. What's going to happen? Now, if you're deciding the championships, NHRA's had this problem for a couple of years. By the time that they've gotten to Vegas, the championships and most of the classes were already decided.
Yeah.
So the final race in Sonoma was just up for grabs. It was just more for the race, the money, and the show.
I just feel like the playoffs is a way for, as opposed to like the old days of people. I mean, I always thought the old point system needed to reward more for wins. They needed to give more points for people that win races. That I always thought. But I feel like they have now taken away from the dominant driver and manipulated the system to make sure every race has you like, like even the last race of the year, you got 4 people?
Right.
That any one of those 4 win the race, they're the champion. So now you got 4 people. This guy this guy here was 16th in the points. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
yeah, and he got himself into that 4 and then won the championship. I know that's how football and all the other sports work, but that's not really, I don't know. I've always just had a little issue with that. But it's basically NASCAR manipulating the system to make there be heat at every race remaining, as opposed to the person that's kicking ass all throughout the year earning his spot.
I wish the points had I wish they'd get rid of stage racing.
Yeah,
I wish they'd, but here nor there. I've tooted my horn on it. I'll finally wrap it up for you. F1's back in action coming up for you at the Netherlands. Oscar still leads over Lando Norris and Max B. Back in action on the 29th. Names are starting to fly around, Scratch, about who's going to be driving Andretti's Cadillac.
Yeah, I reported that on my other show.
We'll talk about that at the end. Valtteri Bottas. You got American drivers Colton Herta, Patty O'Ward, Mick Schumacher, Sergio Perez are some of the names that have been dropping around on this. So we'll see what happens with them. I'm glad to see this happen. I'm glad to see Andretti get in. Glad to see another team in F1, an American team in there. And I hope this sparks some interest in the Andretti Global, because I'd love to see Andretti Global get back into NASCAR.
Yeah.
I really would.
I'd like to see Cadillac get into NASCAR.
I did too. I would too. I'd love to see Cadillac get in. The Dodge is on its way.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see Cadillac get into this. American-made car, American-made horsepower. I've always said this. They need to upgrade the engines. They need to get the engines up to 850 horse. They need to get them up. Quit tinkering around. That's a look at it.
Yeah, you mentioned Dodge. I mean, there's some real oomph behind that Richard Childress Dodge story that's been floating around. There's some real.
He's got to get some money.
There's some real stuff back. And you know what? Somebody said exactly what I said. Why be the third or fourth Chevy team when you could be the number one Dodge team?
I agree with you 100%.
Why?
Chevrolet dumped all kinds of money towards Childress back in its day. You know they did.
Yeah.
Then they jumped on the Jeff. Then they started jumping on the Jeff Gordon bandwagon towards the end.
Yeah.
And they jumped to Then they jumped to 7-time.
I don't blame you.
I agree.
This segment brought to you by our partners at Atlanta Motorsports Park. For more information, call them up 678-381-8527. AtlantaMotorsportsPark.com. Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the country club of motorsports. Vroom, vroom.
Get your NASCAR ready, because the segment is brought to you by our good friends at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. LVMS.com. NASCAR returns for the round of 8, the South Point 400, October 10th, 11th, and 12th. Got bull ring racing on Friday night at the bull ring, right across, not even a couple football fields away. And then Saturday, you got the Xfinity and Cup on Sunday. Tickets and more information, LVMS.com. Scratch those bad boys, all you. Tell us everything about.
Yeah, man. Last Sunday, Tristan McKee was a dozen laps away from $50,000 payday at North Carolina's Hickory Motor Speedway on his 15th birthday. McKee had dreams of a marquee late model stock victory, but fate, specifically a crash after a late restart, had different plans for the driver from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Another famous guy from Kannapolis out there, I think. That was a tough one after leading 115 laps, $50,000 only to get into a wreck there at the end. But you just got to put that past you, put it past you and move on to the next, McKee said. I quickly moved on past that and got right back to the office. Fate, as it turned out, had something different in store for McKee just 5 days later. Never forget your first. Tristan McKee won at Watkins Glen in his ARCA Menard Series debut. I watched it, and this kid was driving the hell out of that car.
Good race. I watched that one too. It's a good race. Go ahead.
It was very good. ARCA West Series, and a big shout out to the Las Vegas native Kyle Keller. He breaks through at Tri-City Raceway for his first West Series victory. Emotions were flowing for Kyle Keller as he climbed out of the number 71 Ford in Tri-City Raceway's victory lane on Saturday night. Currently in his third full-time ARCA Menard Series West season, Keller had yet to bring home a checker flag prior to the Napa Auto Care 150. With all three of Keller's runner-up finishes coming this year, a win seemed inevitable as the 20-year-old Las Vegas native prepared to tackle Tri-Cities layout. A late caution set out sprint to the finish that pitted Keller on the outside lane against race leader Jake Bowman. The two leaned heavily on each other during the restart, but Keller generated enough momentum to overtake Bowman and lead the final closing 4 laps with no challenge from behind. Keller had no idea how he was able to best Bowman. He's simply ecstatic to finally win a West Series event in his 41st start.
I'm going to tell you something. A big shout out. We'll get Kyle on the show. We've had him on before. Good kid. And my camera keeps messing up here. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's doing it. Let me see if I can get myself back. There we go. I switched me over to the other camera.
Hey, look
go
at
ahead,
that.
Scratch. I'll go get this figured out. You go ahead and with this, Scratch. But a good shout out to Kyle Keller. Go ahead.
You're fancy. You got all kinds of different camera angles over there. Anyway, with just 2 races left before the round of 10 and a run at the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the truck made the final stop on the road course and a stop at the Glen for the Mission 176. Here's a look at the results and your updated point standings. Okay, Watkins Glen, Corey Heim won the Mission 176 at the Glen. It's his 17th victory in 81 Craftsman Truck Series races. This is his 6th victory and his first victory and first top 10 finish in 2 races at Watkins Glen International. Daniel Hemrick posted his top. He was second. He posted his first top 10 finish in a race at Watkins Glen and a 13th top 10 finish of 2025. Giovanni Regadio, he was third. He posted his first top 10 finish in 1 race at Watkins Glen International. He was the highest finishing rookie as well. Corey Heim leads the points by 178 points over Lane Riggs. Corey Heim and 6 wins. He's on top. Lane Riggs, as mentioned, is his second. Chandler Smith, third. Daniel Hemrick, fourth. Tyler Ankrum, fifth. Rajah Caruth is 6th. Stuart Friesen is in 7th. But as we all know, he won't be running too much the rest of this year at all, probably. We wish him the best, though. Grant Enfinger, he is 8-time Majeski's 9th. Caden Honeycutt, he is in 10th. He has taken over that freezing machine, so we'll see how that all goes. Jake Garcia is outside the top 10. Ben Rhodes is outside the top 10. And Gio Regadio is 13th. So that is that. Friesen has not yet asked for a playoff waiver. If he does not ask nor does not get approved, Garcia would lead Rhodes at the cutoff by 11 points. Well, he's not going to get a playoff waiver because he's not going to be able to drive. So
no.
That's going to be the way that goes. The ARCA Series and the trucks kicking off their weekend at the Glen. And next up is the Mission 200 at NASCAR Xfinity Series. The NXS has 3 races left on the schedule before the round of 12. And run at 2025 championship is getting close here. Here are the results and updates, point standings for the Mission 200 at the Glen. Connor Zilich, he won. And then he fell out of his car and broke his collarbone. That's sad.
He's lucky he didn't break his neck.
Yeah, he's lucky. He's lucky it wasn't worse. It's his 7th victory on the league on the year, and his 6th victory and 14 top 10 finish of 2025. This is his 2nd victory. And second top 10 finish in 2 races at Watkins Glen. Sam Mayer was 2nd for top 10 finish of at 5 races at Watkins Glen. Sammy Smith was 3rd. Connor Zilich was also the highest finishing rookie, and he leads the point standings by 7 points over Justin Allgaier. And then you have in 3rd Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith. That's the top 5 right there with Jesse Love, Nick Sanchez, Austin Hill, Carson Guapel, Sheldon Creed rounding out the top 10. Above the cut line, Taylor Gray, Harrison Burton. Below it, Jeb Burton, Ryan Sieg, Kristen Eckes, and Dean Thompson. Yes, sir?
I'm going to tell you. You know what was so surprisingly? Justin Allgaier has topped the points all year long in the Xfinity Series. Zilich has won 4 out of the last 5. I mean, it's unbelievable how those cars, and we're talking junior motorsports here.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how they have just flipped. And I mean, I think I said this last week. When Kyle Busch had his truck racing team, when he had KBM, It really didn't make a difference who he put in the trucks. He built such great equipment that whoever got into the damn things damn near drove themselves. And it's just, I'm not taking away from Connor. This kid is unbelievable. This is the next big thing that they say he's the contender for the 99 car.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and say that is happening.
You think so? You think you really get it?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. I'll be shocked if he's not sitting in the seat of that 99 car next year.
The big flip for this weekend here is the Burton boys, Jeb and Harrison, 30 points a pop. So one good, one bad, one's in, one's out. Not unless something really crazy happens. But it would be funky if they both got in, if something crazy like that they both got in. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, I mean, anything can happen.
I like the Burtons. Interviewed them both.
Anything can happen except beating the SVG on a road course.
Well, go ahead and talk about it because it's up next. Go for it.
I know. I'm excited. Shane Van Gisbergen. He won the Golden Bowl at the Glen, his 5th victory in 38 Cup races. This is his 4th victory and 5th top 10 finish of 2025. It's his 1st victory, 2nd top 10 finish in 2 races at Watkins Glen International. Christopher Bell, he finished 2nd. Chris Buescher, he was 3rd. Shane Van Gisbergen was the highest finishing rookie. William Byron leads the point standings by 42 over Chase Elliott. That is the regular season point standings. Cup Series playoff standings at Watkins Glen. Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Shane Van Gisbergen, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Austin Cedric, Josh Berry, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher. If I didn't say your driver's name, he's not in the playoffs. Outside the top 16, Ryan Preece, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger. They're next up. They're on the outside looking in with just a few races left, man. There's 3 people in that doesn't have a win yet. So wins can change it all. Win, and you're in.
That's it. 2 to go, and you can do it. Segment brought to you by our good friends at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, LVMS.com. NASCAR returns for the round of 8. The South Point 400 weekend coming up October 10th, 11th, and 12th. Back with chat topics right after this, everybody.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is high stakes and wild cards. This is family and tradition. This is everything on the line. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. Downtown Las Vegas. Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Test your skills and come rocking and rolling with us. Drink some margaritas and Hammer and Harry's. You ever eat a big steak at the downtown Grand? We got it all down here, man. Alan Michaels, Las Vegas, WCOPM Studios. Scratch with the K down in Nutsack Studios in the heart of Daytona Beach, Florida, everybody. Time for a little chat topics. We talked about this earlier, man. I mean, Connor Zillage, man, taken to the hospital for treatment after a broken collar, but he's lucky he didn't crack his head wide open.
Man,
lucky he didn't knock him out.
It looked terrible.
I mean, that was scary. I mean, his toes sort of got caught between the screen and the edge of the door. I mean, that's what I saw. But boy, he laid on the ground, Scratch. He didn't move there I mean, I thought, oh God, no.
You're right. I mean,
with a live television camera right on it, man. I mean, shit.
It looked worse. It looked worse. I broke my collarbone before. That is not a funny bone to break. I'm gonna let you know.
No, that hurts.
That is a very uncomfortable bone to break.
Trackhouse announced that past Saturday night that he was going to drive the '87 Chevrolet in the Cup race, but it wasn't going to happen.
I wonder why they didn't just put somebody else in it.
I think there
had to be somebody out there they could have put in that. I mean, it's whatever, but I'm just saying. I'm thinking they could have put somebody in there that probably would have been competitive in it.
Kid's going to go, man. He really is. He is a talent. He is a real talent. Wrapping it up, we already mentioned this back sort of, but Alex Flo was your 2025 IndyCar Championships. That's 4 for him. Patty O'Ward finished up in second. Scott Dixon, good run by the end of the year, was down on the charts, but finished in the top 3. Kyle Kirkwood, Christian Lundgaard, your top 5. Scratch, you got a little news about Friesen Racing.
Yeah, Hallmark Friesen Racing announced today that Canadian super late model standout Cole Butcher will pilot the number 62 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro in the upcoming Uno 200 presented by Ohio Logistics at Bristol Motor Speedway on September 11th. Backed by a longtime partner, Atlantic Tilt Load, a leader in specialized hauling and transportation services across Eastern Canada. Butcher will also have support from Top Construction Ltd., further strengthening the Canadian presence behind this high-profile NASCAR entry.
Super late model driver out of Canada. Watch out.
Should be
legendary actor Bill Murray. I like this. Bill Murray's been named the Grand Marshal of the Illinois 300 NASCAR race coming up September 11th at the Worldwide Technology Center. I liked him, man. Of course, Caddyshack, Groundhog, Ghostbusters. And actually, I didn't know that he still had the band together. Bill Murray and his blood brothers will be performing there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I like that. All right.
All right. Well, why did Teresa Sue? I'm gonna let you take half of the story. I'm gonna start it though, but I know you're a little more passionate about the land part. So when we get to that, I'm gonna let you take it. But
all right.
Why did Teresa sue Kerry Earnhardt? Well, she sued Kerry and his wife for this actually pisses me off a little bit.
I told you.
No, it does. As soon as you get ready to read, the fact that the kid can't even use his own name is ridiculous. But I mean, he's not a kid, but you get what I'm saying. Why did Teresa sue Kerry Earnhardt? She sued Kerry and his wife over the name of their home collection. She says that the Earnhardt collection would confuse consumers into believing that Dale Earnhardt himself is somehow connected to the business, and Teresa holds the copyright on the name. This is just ignorant. Of course, the town where Dale owned Dale Earnhardt Inc. race team and lived nearby is currently assessing the request by his widow, Teresa Earnhardt, to rezone it for the industrial complex called Mooresville Technology Park. Now, you want to take it from there and talk about this?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about it right now because I'm the Wicked Witch of the South. That's what they named her.
Right.
First of all, that man spent a lot of time on a racetrack developing his craft, his career, money, assets, a legacy. A legacy. Whether you like Dale Earnhardt or not, you have to tip your hat. He was a 7-time champion, and he was one badass driver.
I'm with you.
Whether you like
I was a Dale Earnhardt hater.
Well, I was a Rusty Wallace fan back then, but I respected Dale Earnhardt.
Me too.
And to tell the story, I was in Martinsville, Virginia, very early in my career, Scratch, and had an interview. All of a sudden, I get a note sent up from Teresa Earnhardt saying that Dale Earnhardt doesn't do AM radio interviews. Well, if you go back into the late 80s and early 90s, 90% of the stations that were on MRN were AM radios. Anyhow, Dale showed up for the interview and apologized. But to screw your kids, to screw your stepson and the family because his name is Earnhardt, he is an Earnhardt.
Right, he's an Earnhardt. He is a blood Earnhardt, but you're going to tell him that he can't use the name.
Right, for a home. Let's face it, Kerry hasn't had the greatest racing career. Okay?
No, but Kerry's, hey.
But he's an Earnhardt, and this is a way for him. This is a way for him to develop something in his family's name, to support himself, to support his family. Okay, so then she screws Earnhardt Jr. out of DEI. I don't care what anybody says. You can write me. You can say whatever you want to say to me. She screwed him out of it.
I agree.
Now look at Dale. You know, I'm so happy for Earnhardt and for Kelly. They moved on. I mean, she wouldn't even let him in Dale's. Wouldn't even let him in Dale's, back in his day, I guess his old office, a tough shed type of thing that he had developed or put together on an extension of the house. That's where he went to go be alone. He had his memories.
Now she's trying to turn his farm into a technology park. Come on.
Yeah, and then all this land. Now, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Then she went back and screwed the Kannapolis baseball team because she had the copyright on the Intimidator and this and that. Now she wants to take this land. She was as far as raising kids, yeah, they had that little girl. But she didn't work. She wasn't a 9 to 5, a 7 to 3. She might have helped out around the office, but that's about it. And now you want to take this man's land that he worked hard for, racing, died at Daytona International Speedway. And you want to turn it into a technology report? Well, thank God for the state of North Carolina and the judges there and the people there, because they outvoted her 8-0. Get a job. Get a job, Teresa Earnhardt. Do something with your life and quit ruining everybody else. That there was more than one person that had the Earnhardt name. Just not you. I am so glad for this. So glad. That's the reason why I wore this shirt today, because I support the Earnhardt family, all of them. Kerry, Kelly, Dale Jr., all the kids.
Yeah, you know, if you think about this for like a half a second, and there is no way a guy like Dale Earnhardt would want his rural land to become a technology park.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt was one of the most outdoorsy race car drivers back in the day. I mean, he was one. I just think about him, you know, always talking about hunting, and him and Neil Bonnet, and you know, going fishing and hunting, and you know what I mean. Like, he was one of the most rural people. You know what I mean? One of the most countrified, but whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And there's no way. If he was able to sit with Teresa right now and look her in her eye, there'd be no absolute. He'd probably be divorced by now, for one. But there'd be no way that he would want that. And the whole. I mean, even the whole Earnhardt collection thing. Do you think Dale would be behind stopping that?
Yeah.
Do you think Dale would be like, trying to stop Kerry from using his own name?
Yeah. Yeah, he would have supported him.
That's what I don't understand about when things like this happen in life. And there's a partner such as Teresa or something like that that absolutely knows damn good and well that wouldn't be what their previous partner who have passed away wanted, and they will still go the opposite way. I mean, it happens all the time in life, but it's hard for me to believe that you were the significant other of somebody and you were out here doing the work opposite of what they would want.
Yeah. I mean, he got rid of his Lake Norman house because, you know, people found out where he lived and people didn't like him, would cruise by and throw junk on his boat dock and stuff. But yeah, he didn't like any of that. No, you're absolutely right. Him and Childers had property in Montana that you know, off season they'd go fishing. Him and Neil, like you said, him and Neil Bonnet were fishing, and Richard and Dale hunting. pheasant, grouse, deer, whatever, wild boar, whatever it might be.
Yeah. Yeah, he don't want no technology park on his farm.
No, that wouldn't have happened. I guarantee, I am 1,000 gazillion times agree with you on this one, that there's no way that if Dale Earnhardt Sr. was allowed, that would be, I mean, I don't even think if he was flat ass broke that he would do it. I don't think so. Of course he wouldn't be, but.
No, he wouldn't be.
She got everything. And now she's just, now you're just nothing more than a money grabbing bop, 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 and because we have young viewers. Totally uncool. I am so glad that the courts agreed with this. I guess hundreds of people showed up for this thing. You know, I've been to Kannapolis. I've been to Concord. I've been to all those little towns in North Carolina, all based right around Charlotte. These are homegrown type of people, man. You roll down the street and people are throwing their hands up at you, waving at you. Stopping by. You want a glass of tea? You hungry? That's what kind of people live there.
Oh, yeah.
Not technology people. You want technology, take it to Charlotte. Charlotte's one of the biggest growing technology towns in this country. Yeah. There are more New York companies and LA companies leaving New York and LA to do business in Charlotte. I'm sorry, man. When I saw this, I pulled this one out. Diane looked at me then. She goes, "Wow, you don't ever wear that on the show." I said, "I'm wearing it today because I'm supporting the entire Earnhardt family because this ruling, and I hope that they stay to this line. And if you want to take your money, Teresa, and build a technology park, fine. Go build a technology park. There's nothing wrong with you. You have every right to do that, but not on this man's land. Not on this guy's property. Ain't happening." All right, you better calm me down, Scratch. I'm getting wound up and I'm getting ready to head to vacation.
Yeah, well, that's the good news. Once you get your heart rate spiked all the way up, you're going on vacation, so you'll be all right. You'll be all right for a minute. Stay off the internet. Go on vacation, stay off the internet.
No, I ain't taking note. Listen, I'm not taking any computers with me. Diane's got the one phone. We got an emergency phone number. We got an emergency phone that nobody but about 4 people know what this number is, and that's why that one's going with us. Let's take time to talk real quickly. We're heading down to the final part of this program. About 8 minutes left, Scratch. Let's talk about the Friday show. Go for it.
Yeah, man. WSBB here in New Smyrna, 106.9 on your FM dial, 1230 on your AM dial. Every Friday, I'm on there at 5 o'clock for the High Banks. I am the racing ambassador for WSBB in New Smyrna. And I'm joined by Alan Michaels for the last half of the show. And we do a racing around the country segment, just like we do on here with our guests. And we end the show with a guest, and we get you up to date and kind of do like the chat topics. I like to call it hot laps, where I'll take, which I'm sure this subject right here will be on there this Friday, where I'll give my opinion on all this stuff. But I like to take some of these racing stories that are a little controversial in the hot laps and bring them up and talk about them and give you my opinion on them. But the High Banks every Friday on New Smyrna at WSBB. You can check out WSBB also, no matter where you are in the country, on the TuneIn app. So if you want to hear it, it's 5 o'clock Eastern time on Friday. WSBB, 12:30 a.m. or 106.9 FM. Check it out on TuneIn if you're anywhere else in the country. Unless you're on vacation and in the mountains this week, then maybe you won't be able to get it.
I have to catch the replay, bro. To catch a replay.
Yeah, because I know I'll probably say something that'll set you off.
I don't care. You
no, I'm saying it, when I talk about this, because I gotta,
I mean, you got a minute or two. You got a few of mine. You can say what you got to say.
No, I mean, I pretty much said it. I just think I would probably be a little more high strung like you as I get into it on the High Banks. But yeah, okay. It's just like there's no way Dale Earnhardt wants a technology park on his farm. Period.
It ain't happening.
You want to put chickens out there? That's another story.
Yeah. You want to put some cattle out? Get a llama or two?
Yeah.
Okay. You going to feed them? Take care of them? Give them a good place to graze? But you ain't putting out. No.
Nope.
That woman is that woman lost her mind years ago, and it's still floating out there somewhere.
It's crazy. It's just it's and some people just like that, Some people like that. I don't like people like that. That's probably what I'll dive more into on the High Banks on Friday. Is just that how I just don't like people do that. Again,
I never liked,
like I mentioned, goes against. You're definitely going against what he would have wanted, and that, but you're doing it anyway.
I didn't like her when I met her in Martinsville. She was young and whiny.
All them Earnhardt fans back in the day too used to brag about her all the time when they were before Earnhardt passed away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Teresa. Now what do they think? The same thing everybody else thinks. Everybody hates her.
Yeah. Because you screwed everybody. Whatever.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Okay.
I was kidding. It was just a joke. Just a joke. Everybody, don't forget I am a comedian. That was just a joke. Some of my best friends are women.
All right, man. Got about a minute and a half left. I'm on vacation, so you ain't going to be doing anything. I'm not posting on this. I'm not taking the computers. Like I said, we're not taking the computers. The laptops are all folded up. Diane's got the bags packed. We got Charlie the cat. We got his carry-on ready to go. Charlie's ready to get the hell out of here, too.
The cat's going on vacation, too? That's nice.
Yeah, man. I'm taking the cat, too. What am I going to do? We talked about this. And I'll get. We just got Charlie real quickly. Charlie was a stray. He came through the gate in our apartment complex, and Diane, he hadn't eaten, he had a drink. He was a poor little thing. So we took him in. It took us a couple of weeks. Well, finally, Charlie came in the house. Now, Charlie controls the house. We just pay the bills. But I told Diane, I said, we haven't had him but about a year and a half now. And I said, if we take him to one of those shelter places or, kiddie hotel or whatever, I said, we dump him there. Charlie's going to think we left him. And I said, no. I said, we got to carry on. We got everything for Charlie that he needs. Charlie's going with us. Pack Charlie up. He's gone. He's got his vet certificate. We're out of here. Taking Charlie with me.
Perfect.
We're loading up. We're gone. All right. You got any comedy shows or anything? About a minute left. Go for it.
No, man, the auction. The comedy auction has been going fantastic. That's been a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm working on a comedy show right now with my Bob Lover comedian hypnotist. We got that set up for January. I just made that deal today before we went on the air. So I got a deal with my buddy, the hypnotist, him and I, and probably I'll put a couple other comics on there, but we're going to have a show January 10th. I'm not ready to tell everything about that yet. And I'm working on another show that I hope to be a pretty big one. If I can get the right name, it's going to be a pretty good show. And that's going to be in Winter Park, but still in the tentative stages of that. But you can go to comedyfromscratch.com, spell scratch with a K, or nutshackentertainment.com and find everything you need to do for a background check on me.
There you go. On Pit Road Racing at the Facebook, on Pit Road Racing at LinkedIn, and on the Twitter, X brand, whatever it might be, and YouTube television too. So we post all the shows up there so you can catch them all. Want to thank everybody for joining us. Scratch with the K down in Daytona Beach, Florida. Alan Michaels out here in Las Vegas, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and call for the man. Is that all right with you, my friend?
Call him up.
Call him up. Call him out one more time. Here we go. I think my buddy Scratch with the K at the Nutcheck Studios down in Daytona Beach, Florida. Short track racing in Richmond, Virginia. Paybacks are coming this week, folks. Get ready for them. You guys have a great weekend out there. I'm on vacation. Scratch is doing his thing in Daytona. We'll be back at you next Thursday, 3 p.m. on the West Coast, 6 on the East Coast. Don, take us home, buddy.
Thanks for joining us for On Pit Road Racing. Follow us on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at On Pit Road Racing. On Pit Road Racing is written and produced by WCOBN TV. I'm John the Announcer for On Pit Road Racing.